Hey, how do you do? I'm Wab Kinew. I want to begin by saying that I know the stories in the media are very hurtful to anyone who has experienced domestic violence, sexual harassment, or sexual assault. And because I led a troubled life as a young man, that these stories are now in the media, and that causes people in this very room emotional damage, I am sorry. That this is triggering for many of you. That this is triggering for you, I apologize. And I really am sorry. I also want to say to the many women who have come to my defense, Nahani, Anna, Nancy, it's not right that you have to put your integrity on the line to back me up. So I'm sorry for that. But I do love you very much.
We love you.
I also want to say, to the person who stepped forward and outlined an allegation against me, that I feel a lot of compassion for you. And I accept responsibility for the things that I did that contributed to the end of our relationship. And I feel a lot of empathy. I also want to say to my beautiful wife, Lisa, I love you with all my heart. I know that it must be difficult to stand beside me while I talk about a relationship from 15 years ago, but I want you to know that your support means everything to me, and I will spend the rest of my life repaying you. To my two sons, Bejagomigwan and Oshkianum, I want to tell you and to every other young man in the room, be better than me. Be good men. Bring only good things into your life. Bring only good things into your life. When you find somebody that you love, lift them up, help them, be good, respectful partners. And respect yourselves too. Now I am here because I want to lead the Manitoba NDP into the 2020 election and win. Will be an important year in Manitoba. Manitoba will celebrate its 150th birthday. What would one of our founders, Louis Riel, say about Manitoba at 150? Riel had a dream that his descendants, newcomers, and Indigenous people could live together in peace, harmony, and shared prosperity. Now, we haven't always lived up to that dream. But as we approach 2020, we are getting closer to Riel's vision. Riel's people, the Métis, are people of the buffalo. And when they hunted, it was a community hunt. They hunted the bison together, and when it came time to cut up the bison meat, who ate first? Was it the biggest and strongest who ate first? No. It was the elders who ate first. It was the nursing mother who ate first. It was the children who ate first. Because Riel's people understood that we are all in this together. Our ancestors understood that your success is our success. Yet Manitoba has a government right now that doesn't seem to share those values. Somehow, friendly Manitoba ended up with a mean premier. Every day, Brian Pallister marches further and further away from the values of Manitoba families. The values of Manitobans who want their kids to have more one-on-one time with their teachers. The values of Manitobans who want life to be affordable, not just on the tax bill, but also on the hydro bill. The values of Manitoba families who want their parents to be able to get high-quality health care close to home. Pallister is showing his true colors. He's cutting health care, he's cutting schools, and now he's even talking about a health care premium. Pallister's gone too far. And by the way, if he brings in a health care premium, the next time we form government, we'll repeal it. Right away. All of us are starting to feel the pain of Pallister's cuts. Yet if we're being honest, it's partly our fault that he's in there. In the last election, Manitobans voted to send our party a message. And I want to say to the people of Manitoba that for the times that our party failed to listen to you, I am sorry. I am sorry. But I also want to say this. The values of Manitobans are new democratic values. The values of the mom in the inner city who wants a good paying job so she can provide for her kids. The value of the dad in the suburb who donates to help evacuees. The values of the farmer in the Red River Valley who chips in on a GoFundMe campaign when their neighbor falls on hard times. Those are new democratic values. Values, generosity, kindness, hard work. These are the values I was raised with, and now that I'm a dad, these are the values with which I raise my sons. Kindness, generosity, hard work. You know my father? My dear old dad. He was shackled. He was shackled by racism during the most oppressive era in Canadian history. Residential schools, segregation, ugly, ugly stuff. And yet he freed himself through the dignity of hard work. When my dad was 16 years old, he left the residential school and he went to work in the pulp wood camp. And he kept working until the final weeks of his life, lecturing at the University of Winnipeg just weeks before the cancer took him from this earth. He worked hard. My dad worked hard because he knew that while politics and attitudes may divide us, that when you show up on the job, the color of your skin matters far less than how hard you're willing to work and how dedicated you are. We want a job for everyone in this province, because with a job you can provide for yourself and for your family. But also, with a job comes the dignity, the discipline, the sense of self-worth that can help you change your life for the better. With input from students, labor, business, and community leaders, we will design a jobs plan for the next 30 years. Right now, Amazon put out this wish list where they're talking about what they want in the city where they'll build their next headquarters. and create 50,000 jobs. This wish list outlines what it will take to create the jobs of the future. Yes, you need skilled workers, but Amazon also says you need good schools for the kids of those workers to go to. They need strong health care. You need good schools, strong health care, and social services that say that we care about everyone in our society. So a jobs plan for the future also means having an education plan for the future, a health care plan for the future, and a plan for social services for the future. Now I learned how to care from my mother. You know, my mother is every suburban mother who is worried about their kid going down the wrong path. My mom is every mother who worries about what their kid is up to when they are out late at night. She is every parent who has watched their kids struggle to find themselves. Now, I put you through some tough times, I really did. Partying, getting in trouble with the law, wasting my potential. But she never turned her back. She always had love. Sometimes it was tough love, yes, but she had love nonetheless, and she is the one who told me, son, I raised you better than this. And with her help, I turned my life around. I am not the man I was. I've apologized, and I am sorry. But apologies are not enough. And that's why I will continue to prove to you that I am a changed man every day through my career in public service. Every day I will work hard to earn your trust. Every day I will work hard to earn your trust through my actions, my attitude, and my dedication. Now I stand before my mother some dozen years later at the beginning of a new journey, a journey in which I want to make this province better for my kids, but for your kids too. I'm living proof that as long as a mother has hope, that there's still a chance for her child. And I know that a mother's hope lives forever, so there must always be a chance for our children. Should be there to help them on that path. But if your kid is like I was and needs a little help, then we should be there to help them find that second chance too. We know that the NDP is uniquely qualified to help people improve their lives. The living proof is right here. Meet my beautiful wife, Lisa. Back in the 1980s, Lisa and her mom were living in the inner city in poverty. Then NDP Premier Howard Pauley started a program where people in poverty could have their tuition paid. Lisa's mom got an education, made Lisa work hard at school. Lisa became a medical doctor, and now their family will never live in poverty again. Living proof that NDP policies work. You guys want to hear from Lisa?
Hi everyone. I'm deeply humbled, honored, and feel extremely privileged to be here. And I just want to say that I could not be where I am today without the unending love and support from my family, from my husband, from everybody who surrounds us with, constant energy and love and positivity. And also to programs like those that the NDP have put in place in the past. My life is forever changed, and same with the lives of everyone around me. So we are all connected, we are all one family, and positive changes in one happens for us all. So. Miigwech, and I just want to say that I'm so proud of my husband Wab. He's an amazing man. I'm not biased. He's truly a person who leads by example, and he's taught me a lot in the time that we've been together. So, miigwech.
Isn't she amazing? Now I want to tell you about Lisa and I's relationship a little bit. Before we started dating, she told me to take this self-help program called Returning to Spirit. And I actually did the program. It changed my life immeasurably for the better, but I did it with my dad. And it allowed us to put everything on the table before he left this world. Some of the most amazing moments of my life. I had that chance with my father, and it was all because of her. And she did all this before we even started dating. Before she was even interested in me. Because that's who she is. And it's that kind of selflessness that she brings to her work every day as a doctor. Healthcare is an act of love. The healthcare aide at Victoria General, the cook at Peter Lodge, the nurse at Seven Oaks, they go to work each day not just for a paycheck, but to make our province well. And that's why we've outlined a 4-point healthcare plan. Pharmacare, mental health, prevention, and reinvesting in acute care. We will fix the damage Pallister is doing to our health system by listening to healthcare providers and helping people to stay healthy at home so we can all live well. Because that's what Manitoba is. It's been that way since the time of Riel, almost 150 years ago, and even longer than that too, ever since they first started calling this place on earth Manitoba. And you know what that means? Manitowabe. It means the Spirit lives. And more than a name, I think that that is a value statement about the people of this province. The Spirit lives in that family in South Point who sacrifices a night out at Boston Pizza so that they can send their kid to hockey camp because she might be the next Captain Canada. The Spirit lives in that young girl that I spoke to upstairs, an evacuee from Island Lake. And right before she went to sleep in a cot, she received a toy car from a friendly Manitoban. Somebody who came here to donate because they heard that kids in our province were going on hard times. And you know what? That toy will remind that girl to give back when she finds her own success. And she will give back to that next kid, who will give back to the next kid, who will give back to the next kid, so on and so forth, until our grandchildren's grandchildren celebrate Manitoba's 300th birthday. And they will look back with pride at all the things we have done, at all the investments we made, and the values we stood for. We work hard, we hope to someday find love, and when we have enough to get by, we give back. That spirit is here. Now the road ahead will be difficult. Even as we meet here today, the trolls are taking to Twitter. The negative ads are being drawn up. I will be attacked about my past. I will be tied to the mistakes of the past government, and I will face the politics of personal destruction, all as Pallister desperately tries to cling to power. But that's a dismal view of the world. One which denies that we can become better people. That says our future is always like our past and says we can't change. Well, I've got news for them. My father saw this country change tremendously for the better in his lifetime. My mother's love turned my life around, and Lisa's family is living proof that we can all rise up. And they didn't raise me up. They didn't raise me up so that I could quit. And you did not join this movement because it was going to be easy. You joined this movement because you believe this world can be a better place. So what I want to say finally is that as leader of the NDP, first, I will make you proud. I will conduct myself each and every way, each and every day, to reward each of you who have given me your support, and to let you know that it was vested in me for good reason. I also want to say that I will continue to be an ally for women in our province as they stand up for their right to live free of violence, harassment, and discrimination. And finally, to the people of Manitoba, I promise you that I will work hard every day. First, to be a good leader of the opposition and to hold this government to account and stand up for your values. And over the next few years, earn your support to become the next Premier of Manitoba.
Fire shine cold alone outside. You stripped it right down to the wire. But I see you behind those tired eyes.